Minecraft looks simple. Blocks, mobs, survival. But some blocks were never meant to be understood. In this video, I set out to find 10 of the creepiest blocks. I'm going to uncover what I think is really happening, and to do so, I'm going to create a new world. The first thing I knew I needed to do when I loaded in the world was to get wood. Because to find all the blocks, I knew I needed to go very far in this game. After making my stone tools, I needed to start running very far. Because for the first block I wanted to find, it was very rare. I took note of this cave because I knew I'd need it for the later items I wanted to find. After looking for a while, I finally found the biome where my first block resides. Creaking wood. This wood is not dead. It remembers standing. It remembers watching. When you cut it, it does not bleed sap. It tightens, groans, and waves. Structures built from it sometimes shift when you are not looking, as if the wood is trying to grow back into a forest that no longer exists. At night, it creaks not from wind, but from counting footsteps nearby. After searching for a while, I ended up finding my next block. Crying obsidian. Obsidian is born of fire and pressure. This one remembers pain. The purple tears are not water. They are moments, memories of portals that have collapsed, travelers who have not arrived, and dimensions that are rejected one another. Crying obsidian forms where travel went wrong, where something tried to cross and failed halfway. It does not weep for you, it weeps because it survived. After finding my last block, I knew I had to go back to the cave from earlier in the video, because the next set of blocks I wanted to find were deep in a cave. I ended up finding my first blocks of iron, but because I'm stupid and bad at the game, I couldn't collect them. Using an efficiency gold pickaxe I got from the Nether Ruined portal, I didn't realize it wouldn't give you a block. I ended up missing out on that piece of iron. After smelting all the iron I had found, I figured it was time to go deeper into the caves for the one item I was the most worried about. As I got into the deepest depths of Minecraft, I ended up finding my first diamond. Skulk sensor. It does not see you, it feels you. The block listens for proof that you exist. A footstep, a heartbeat, a careless breath. When it reacts, it is not an alarm. It's recognition. Somewhere below, something ancient counts your movements, mapping, and habits. and it learns where you are weakest. Silence is your safety. Sound is your confession. After I mined my first diamond, I ended up spotting more and more diamonds. However, I knew I needed to be very careful and not set off the shulk sensors, because the warden is one person I did not want to meet. However, before I left to go back to the top, I wanted to take one last look at the ruined city. On my way up, I ended up getting lucky, finding one of the next blocks I needed. The mob spawner. The cage is not empty, it's hungry. Something inside remembers being alive, but no longer remembers how to stop. The spinning shape is not just a preview, it's a promise. Every few seconds, the spawner tears a copy of a soul from whatever dimension first birthed it. That soul arrives confused, hostile, and incomplete. Break the cage, and the memory dies. Leave it intact, and the world keeps paying the price. After clearing out the mob spawner, I put all my items I didn't need in a chest and headed to the top, because the next thing I needed to do was go to the nether. However, I got really lucky and got the new item. While I was walking around, I found a lava pool, which I would use to create a nether portal to get some of my remaining items. One thing I didn't know is as soon as I stepped in the nether, I would find one of the items. Soul sand. Listen closely. The sand screams when you walk on it, not loudly, but constantly. Every grain is a fragment of something that once tried to escape the nether and failed. They pull at your feet not to stop you, but to leave with you. The bubbles it creates in the water are not air. They are desperate attempts to rise. Gas tears. A gas scream ends when it dies. The crying does not. The tear is condensed regret, proof that the creature knew it did not belong in the nether either. Some believe gas are lost overworld creatures dragged through the portals long ago. They have been stretched into something that can survive eternal fire forever. The tear is not sadness, it is relief that the screaming finally stopped. Block of bone. This is not a pile, it is a reconstruction. The bones align too neatly, as if they want to be whole again. Ancient skeletons did not decay naturally. They were dismantled, compressed, stored. Whatever did this was not hunting for food, but for materials. Sometimes, near bone blocks, mobs spawn faster, as if the world recognized spare parts. While gathering blaze rods, I ran out of food. While only having 8 blaze rods, I wanted one more before I knew I had to leave. But there was one thing missing. I didn't have enough ender pearls. Luckily, I farmed enough without taking enough damage. Once I got in the overworld, I knew it was time to find the end fortress. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced half of the items in this video. But since it's my video, I shouldn't hear any complaining. I wanted to craft extra Eyes of Ender because I knew they'd break. However, when I got to the stronghold, I only had 11 left. I was hoping whenever I got to the portal that they'd only need a couple eyes. However, when I got to the portal, there was an issue. I only had 11. Now, I just knew I had enough blaze rods. I'm gonna kill myself. After about what felt like 40 Endermen, I finally was able to craft the Eye of Ender that I needed. Good thing I got that extra blaze rod. Once I put it in the portal, I was ready to fight the dragon, because there was one item I needed from the end. Wow, I really need to hurry this up. I'm just standing here. Go fight the end dragon, you pussy. This is pre-recorded. Actually, it's in the post. Oh, look, I killed it. Now it's time for me to get one of my final items. Luckily, I ended up getting enough ender pearls to get there and back, so I could return to the overworld. Chorus fruit. This fruit grows where space is broken. Eating it does not teleport you randomly. It sends you somewhere the world thinks you should be. A correction. A quiet rejection of your current position. The end does not like permanence, and quartz fruit is how it reminds you. Every bite tells you the same message. You do not belong where you are. Once I got to the overworld, I knew what I had to do. I had 2 blocks left, and these blocks, they were the scariest. From the start of the game where I edited it out, I knew where to find one. That's right. The Minecraft bed. The bed was invented to help you sleep, but that was a lie. When you lie down, the world doesn't pause. You do. Time skips forward without your permission, and whatever outside is now closer than it was before. The bed does not protect you, it fast forwards your problem. Like the problem that only you can sleep in the bed. You'll never have a girlfriend or significant other, which is what Minecraft wants and is what happens in real life. Now, the last block you might not guess, because the dirt block. Everyone thinks dirt is harmless, and that's what it wants. Dirt is the most common block because it's patient. It does not attack, it does not scream, it simply waits to be placed. The scariest part about it is that it's completely useless. Like this video. I guess you didn't think that the dirt block would be in it, but guess what it is? And now I've gotten you to watch the whole video, and that's the scariest part. Don't spoil the ending for anyone watching though, so they can also be scared.